Monisa. Dupe mo gboyinbo. Good morning, sir. Dupe mo gboyinbo. Good morning, ma. Dupe mo gboyinbo. Èdè òyìnbó kì í ṣe ti bàbá mi. Wọ́n ní caterpillar, èyí mẹ́ta fò sọ́lẹ̀. Mo sọ òyìnbó títí mo bá sáré. Ojúmọ́ ti mọ́ ara mi ẹgbẹ́ra nílẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ti yá. Ojúmọ́ ti mọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi ẹ̀gbọ́nra jìgì kátúnra mú. Oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ alákọ̀wé gbogbo ẹni tó ń wáṣẹ́ ọmọlé ìwé o. Òwúrọ̀ lọ́jọ́ ẹni máa ríre o. Ẹni máa ríre o. Wọ́n á ṣe bá òwúrọ̀ o. Òwúrọ̀ lọ́jọ́ ẹni máa ríre o. Ẹni máa ríre o. Wọ́n á ṣe bá òwúrọ̀ o. Let's go, my beautiful sisters.
Good morning, dear viewers at home. Welcome to this morning's edition of the newspapers on OSBC television. Ilya Wiyoke Bale Oshobo. Babatunde Bolatito is my name, and I want to say good morning, sir, good morning, ma, good morning, friends. On this program this morning, we have quite a number of newspapers for review this morning. We have the Punch, we have the Nation, we have the Nigerian Tribune, we have the Business Day, we have the Daily Times, we have Daily Assets, we have Blueprint, we have Daily Trust, we have the Guardian, we have the Leadership, we have New Telegraph, we have the Vanguard, we have the Daily Sun, and we have the Point. Those are the newspapers that will be reviewed this morning on this program. And I want to assure you that we will touch all the touchables on the program. My guest analyst is already seated beside me at the studio here. I'm talking about Barrister Kayode Adebisi. Barrister, you're welcome to the program.
Good morning. Good morning, viewers at home.
Yes. Let's start from the front page of the Punch newspaper. Controversy surrounds Atiku convoy attack in Borno. It has some riders. Ex-victory convoy attack thrice, scores injured. APC responsible, PDP chairman. PDP faction behind attack. Count APC out. Onanuga Borno APC chair. There was no attack. Suspected hoodlum arrested, says police spokesperson. These are three sides to the same story. How will you pry into that?
Well, it will be too difficult to believe for somebody to say there was no attack. It is too early for the police to come out that there was not an attack. At the same time, they said they arrested hoodlums. What's the meaning of hoodlums? People that cause trouble, pandemonium. So what the PDP should not also be too sweet or too early to say it's from APC. Since there is also an evidence that there is internal crisis within the PDP in Bauchi State, particularly the incumbent governor is not being supported by Atiku and some more party bigwigs, maybe on the ground that he's romancing with the G5 governors. So those issues are there. The police will investigate and they should bring the culprit to book. because it is too early for us to be recording issue of woodlum attacks, turkeys, and from other things. So what will happen by the time we start to conduct the election proper? We work on MCH and may also mar the process of electioneering.
Yes, the front page of the Punch, that's where we are. Buhari prays for successful tenure for Nigerian American elected in US. About 8 Nigerians were elected in the US, at least as legislators, as this and that. We are, from the front page of the Punch newspaper, let us take a look at this. Nigerians elected there. What do you expect from them?
Well, we are all just being hypocritical. Instead of us also to strengthen our own democracy. Following this example, we are citing now. So what is the joy or our own political morality in just praising these people? Whereas at home here, we don't allow the true process to fester, to work. So I congratulate the millions of Nigerians. I join them to congratulate these non-Nigerians. It's if possible by our law, if non-Nigerians are allowed to contest, what's the assurance that the non-Nigerian will win? If the Nigerians themselves that don't allow themselves to win election proper. So to me, it's just a kind of political show-off on the part of the president. Although he had just signed the BFAS, the use of technology to transmit and to verify electors. But the fact still remains that the politicians are still at their game, the way of manipulating, they are still doing it. So it's for the president and other stakeholders to ensure that this American style of practice or examples are replicated in our own environment here. That is when the international community will even be more interested in our democratic process.
We now go to the front page of the Nation newspaper, and there we have this one. All thieves threatening my life, says NNPCL GMD. EFCC, we are investigating crude oil theft. ICPC, NETI demand transparency. This is coming from the front page of the Nation newspaper. The chairman of the NNPCL, or the GMD, so to say, is crying wolf here, saying all thieves are after his life.
Yes, definitely it will come. There is no doubt about that. And when it is investigated further, one will be surprised that the early placed Nigerians, they are the one behind this thieving on our crude oil. The security should provide him and his family with adequate security, and the Mr. President in particular should show more commitment and patriotism in fighting this specific kind of a crime against the economy. It's a crime against humanity, apart from being an economic sabotage. But that's the only life wire of Nigeria economy. Other sectors, they are not performing as what we are getting in oil and gas sector. So it should be duly investigated, and the use of technology should be massively deployed in fighting these oil thieves, because there are still so many terminal points that are yet to be discovered in Nigeria. So some will take years before we know that so many things, billions of dollars are being lost yearly in our country.
G5 governors have not closed door against reconciliation. Wike, that is coming from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Yes, Governor Yeson Wike of Rivers State, the leader of the G5 governors, is now saying that they have not closed door against reconciliation. Autumn recount apologizes over comment of Fulani. G5 plans different from mine, but I feel their pain. Bauchi governor. Can you see the...
Every designing mind, we know that these people, they are working together. Actually, it should be this, because the agreed now, and it was shouting over his fault that likely that are some big wigs in the party that do not want him to be elected. So it's just a kind of showing him the 5 governors there to show solidarity to him that we are with you. Once you are able also to join us in the fight, we are fighting the party for justice, equity, and fairness. And that is the what. And if the door is still open, according to them. But what of the other side, the IU and camp? Because it takes 2 to tango. So they have said a lot of things against one another to hell with Atiku, with this, that, and that. All those statements, so that it will take miracle for this issue to be settled before February 25, 2023. It will take a great miracle, because the Atiku and Co, they have already said their own day that they are not going to
reconcile with them,
to change or to balk or to actually dance to the tune of the Weekend and Co.
Yes, we now move to the front page of the Daily Times. And flood ranking, Presidency Defense Humanitarian Minister says call for a resignation inappropriate, insists Minister working diligently. Devastating Bayelsa, other states flooding worrisome. Yes, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs recently said a state in the north is really more devastated flood-wise than states like Bayelsa. And this has drawn the ire of some people who called for a resignation. And the presidency or the federal government, as it were, say, yes, the presidency representing the federal government says she is so diligent that she cannot be dispensed with, and services cannot be dispensed with now. Your comment?
On the presidency is not that serious. What they are facing now is a very serious national emergency. Thousands, if not millions, of Nigerians now, they are in the IDP camps, the homeless people camps, and the state of government to now sit down. How are we going to forestall the reoccurrence of this kind of occurrence in the next rainy season? They are changing banters. My own generator pass your own neighbor generator. That should be the case. That is not supposed to be the case. What are the technology we are going to deploy to ensure that, if possible, let us remap the geographical and the physical planning, where some houses are built on the channel. If possible, the houses need to be destroyed and be compensated so that there will be free flow of water when there is any deluge of rain. But they don't do that. They are changing this kind of necessary change of waste. So to me, until they sit down, maybe that's of next year may be more devastating than what we are witnessing now.
Yes, in the from the front page of the Daily Times, there won't be food shortage in 2023. FG as FEC approves 14.88 billion naira for construction of FIRS office. I don't know how construction of FIRS office will contribute to full security in the country.
Even if there is no shortage, what of their profitability? How many people can afford conveniently to eat 3 times in a day? There is no economic wherewithal. Per capita income is low. The economy is not functioning as expected. So instead of now increase to the minimum again, the importation, because unless we allow importation for the short time period to collaborate with the local production, we will still be witnessing this kind of increase in prices of goods and services. So we have not been maximally producing in several sectors of agricultural life, and that is the point. So both of the farmers that even got loan in the area of rice, for example, the flood has thrown many of them into debt now. Thousands of acres of land for rice farming were flooded by the rain. So those are the factors that will likely cause another kind of food shortage apart from the cost of food and other commodities in the market. So the foreign policy on importation should be reviewed. It should allow importation as much as reasonable to augment the local production.
Yes, still talking from the front page of the Daily Times. Africa's case for just energy transition irrefutable. That is quoting the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo. Your comment?
Well, just energy, we are not industrialized. This world, European world, the Western world, they are still the one dictating. The climate, they are releasing a lot on daily basis. They only pay for it. And they can easily afford to pay whatever fine it is imposed on them by international community or tribunal. But our own case here is that we are seeing more of a cake or old method of production. In terms of automobiles now, you see the petrol using vehicles we are, and they are releasing gases. So how do we enjoy just energy? Fair energy competition when you are lower help in terms of science and technology development in the country. So the best thing for us to also to look for alternative instead of over dependent on this Western world production. This is their car we are using. This is almost everything we are using. So in that case, we cannot dictate to them as to the amount of fuel they will release into the atmosphere, unless you have your own that you can depend on. Now you cannot impose sanctions on them. But since there is no balance of trade, they are more higher in power and not in quality than us.
Yes, there's a minor piece on the front page of Daily Times before we go to another newspaper. 2023 elections won't be threatened by insecurity censors, quoting Senator Kabiru Gaya.
That is one opinion. Now the rally are being disturbed by thoughts by nobody is being made example. Electoral Offences Commission, even if we eventually set up, how many people will be arraigned? Not to talk of being tried. So the people that said that they want to eradicate or fight thuggery, they are still the one behind sponsoring these young Nigerians. So I don't see how violence will not be erupted. Though it may not be that nationwide, but at least we still have pockets of violence. Our security are overwhelmed. How many of them can now capacity cope with the deluge of thuggery that we emerge? So we are here to have maximum security in terms of number, in terms of empowerment.
Let's take these two together from the Blueprint newspaper. Missing Anambra INEC official found dead. IGP deploys 3 drones, others clamp down on non-state actors. And if you look at this country now, non-state actors have almost taken over.
Well, like hip-hop, like bandits. But it's not when the thing happens, you now deploy drones. It should be your 24 hours a job on patrol without ceasing. So it's the kind of this fire brigade approach cannot work. Somebody found dead, or missing found dead now. So what is the evidence that they are not planning or the next victim? This non-state actor. There's no way you will know unless you are also proactive before them, carry the battle to them. And just like the way some ISWAP members were arrested around Abuja Axis. It was the collaborative effort of the US and the Nigerian Army. So that's what should be their rules of engagement. Not that when the thing now happens, now say you deploy drones. No, it shouldn't be.
Yes, from the front page of Daily Trust, petrol to cost 410 naira without subsidy, NNPC.
Well, that one is inevitable. Once it has been privatized, but now there is a legal battle on the privatization of the
That's still on the front page of the
yes, I think some people who are going have gone to talk to challenge that privatization of NNPC. According to them, it should be a public sector, which should not be privatized into the hands of a few number of Nigerians. So we are common.
Leadership we have this piece. Altered why NNPC engaged private security contractors. Kiari NNPCL boss. The NNPC is engaging private security. Wow. You know, one could not tell what the outcome will be.
Well, the engagement is a political expediency. Because this Niger Delta militant, if you don't engage them at the end of the day, if you give the contract to another private sector, they will still frustrate. Because they are living in the terrain, they are living in the creeks, they know where and when to attack and to sabotage. So it's a kind of political necessity and expediency for the government to be given the contracts. So once it is effective, once the federal government is getting the results, they will not mind the cost compared to when they now give it to a company or an individual that cannot maximally or effectively perform. So
finally, we go to the Daily Sun newspaper, and let's take this one. 2023, over 27 states have successfully taken delivery of beavers. INEC explained decision to store sensitive materials with CBN. Your comments?
Yes, ordinarily, with what happened recently about CBN governors being partisan, they ought to have used any other venue. But maybe they have not been able to get the guarantee or the nod of the presidency. So that's why they still use the CBN to keep the sensitive materials. So, and there is no material that is not sensitive. I don't know, because when you get to election person tribunal, you know that any document in election petition is very, very sensitive. So every document should be taken care of by INEC, and its staff in particular, they should be monitored, because no matter how you gather 10 people, you still see some bad eggs.
Yeah.
Because of the billions they want to make.
Ogun to become oil producing state with 3 billion naira refinery in Tongeji Island. It's coming from the front page of the Point newspaper.
Well, because of our low level of technology, we have many areas in Nigeria. If there is adequate fund, exploration ought to have been conducted, and surprisingly, you will see that we are sitting on gold, another part of the country, but we don't have the committed political class to actually embark on research. If they cannot research in the academic environment, how can they research in the economy area? And at the same time, they are collecting jumbo from the little we have. So it is not here who rule for Ogun people, but actually to ensure that these resources are used for the benefit of the masses or the people. That's the essence of what God are giving us naturally.
Yes, dear viewers, this is the convenient spot to draw curtains on today's edition of the newspapers on OSBC television. I have been enjoying the company of Barrister Kayode Adebisi, who is my guest analyst on the program. Thank you very much, Barrister Adebisi, for coming.
It's a pleasure.
On behalf of the producer of the program, Oluwatoyi Yusuf, and the executive producer, Akinola Olabi. Babatunde Bolatito is my name, saying good morning.